Tisha here again. I'm pet sitting again. Hence this posh palace. And it's dark outside, so there's no way you would have been able to see me. But videos must go on. So got my little journal here, which now just turned into a notebook. So this video is titled "How Banning Has Changed My Life." Come here. Come say hi. Say hi. This is Banjo. Can you turn this way? Look, turn this way. Say hello. You're not allowed up here. Go sit down. I know, sit down. Sit down. Can I do this? Yes. Yeah. Oh, you're not allowed up here. Okay. What? And this is Ollie. You probably can't really see him. What's up, Ollie? What's up, Ollie? Oh, I get kisses. Lots of kisses. Will you do it too? Okay, sit down. I know. Can I do this? I need to do this video. Yes. Can you sit? Ollie, don't knock that over. All right. Off. Go lay down. Go lay down. All right. Let's try and do this video now. This video is called "How Banning Has Changed My Life." Just so sad that I'm not actually in the van as I tape this. Oh well. How banning has changed my life. It's put more money in my pocket, opened so many options to work and life situations, and to be able to live anywhere. I'm a snail. I got everything I could ever need with me. Kind of like a turtle too. So anything I need is just with me at all times, which is pretty cool. I like that. Getting to hear the rain on the roof is the best thing ever. It's funny, anytime it rains, I just want to run out to the van and be like, I just want to soak it all in, you know, like it's like the coolest sound ever, I think, just to be in the van. And it's weird because my van has so many windows, so it's like you get to be in a bubble, so it's like you get to be outside with the rain all around you, but yet you get to stay dry, so it's pretty cool that way. And I just love it when it rains so much, and you get to just like be in there and do art or writing or reading, and it's raining. It's just like so cool. Learning to live with less is a great lesson. You know, normally your kitchen's yay big. Now you learn you only need this much counter space, and you can still make great meals. And you know, but it's just good to learn to live with less. I think it's a good lesson all of us need to know. You know, you don't really need as much as you think you do. More aware of water consumption and electricity. When I lived in an apartment a long time ago, I used to take really long showers every day. You know, now it's crazy how much my getting ready routine has been cut down, and I use a lot less water, which is great. And it's awesome when you live in an apartment or a house, you're always like, turn off the lights, because you gotta pay for that. But in the van, it's cool to almost have endless electricity because you have a solar panel or you have a battery isolator like I do, where you just almost have like endless energy or endless electricity, and it's like free. Like you can't beat that. That's way cool. Freedom, you'll never realize truly the true meaning of freedom until you live like the van life. You know, I never really knew what freedom was. I thought, oh, being single, you know, not being married or tied down in a relationship. Oh, that's freedom. Not having kids, that's freedom. You know, being your own boss, that's kind of freedom. But no, that's only freedom to an extent. But to be even more freedom, living the van life is definitely that's, I think in the dictionary should say freedom, and the meaning should be like van life. How vanning's also changed my life. I am way more creative. I don't always show it probably in these videos, but it has definitely sparked my creative interests. Interests? Yeah. Like I've always been a creative person, but I think when I lived in the apartment with the roommate for like 7 years, it just, my creativity kind of went downhill, and I just like, oh my gosh, how do I get this back, you know? And it's just weird how ever since I moved out of there, you know, I moved into the bus and now in the van, it's just like my creative part of me is just like, whew, you know, through the roof. Like, it's been awesome to have it back. I've learned to be a minimalist, you know. I never realized how much shit I had and how much stuff I don't need. And it's been really, feels good to always try to just get rid of more stuff and strive to be as much of a minimalist as possible, you know. So it's good to just be like, no, you don't need 10 pairs of pants. You really only need 3 or 4 because you're always going to want to wear the only 3 or 4 anyways, so might as well pare down. You know, that's like an example. I love too that no crazy stalker ex is going to find me. Yes, in the past, I have had crazy stalker exes because boys just can't seem to take no for an answer. So there's times where they've stalked me at work or stalked me at my house and come knocking on the door, like, or calling me a million times. So it's kind of really nice living the van life because you're like moving all the time, so they cannot find you. So it's a nice thing. It's a good relief. My mind has been more clear since living the van life. I mean, even when I was in the bus, but I feel like the bus was such a huge, big burden because it's such a bigger space, I think. So it was so much that had to be done, I think, because it was an older vehicle. But anyways, being in the van, my mind's so much more clear. I know I don't always convey that through the camera, but yeah, in a lot of ways, it's like I have such more clarity in my life, which is really great. I know what's really important in life, you know, like not those first world problems, you know, you really see what's really important. I've definitely become more self-sufficient. Like I've always been very self-sufficient. Like I raised myself and my siblings. My mom was not around. She was the only parent I had. My dad died when I was 7. So my mom took care of us on her own. There was 3 of us kids. But anyways, I moved out when I was 18, and I always was really independent, but when you live like the van life, you really become self-sufficient. Like, how are you going to have electricity, and you need to go get your own water and dump your own toilet, and everything, you know, is in your control and you have to do it, you know. And yeah, it's amazing to be like, hey, I created this and I live in it, and you know, take care of those things. Like, it's amazing to be able to do that. It's brought me and my dog closer, and I take better care of him. Like, I've always taken awesome care of my dogs. They've always been like my children. But for some reason, since we've moved into the van, it's like every day pretty much he gets brushed. I'm a lot better about brushing his teeth. Like, I spend more time with him, obviously, because he's with me 24/7. But I don't know, I just feel like overall I give him a way better life, you know. I was just wondering what the dog was doing. I'm not as obsessive or obsessive compulsive disorder or have rituals. So in houses and apartments, I can get very OCD. It's always like, I didn't turn that light switch off right. I have to walk a certain way. I have to, this stuff on this counter has to be a certain particular way, or I'm cleaning. Like, I have all these OCD type things I do in houses, and I've noticed since I moved into the van, I guess because it's such a small space or something, that's like, I don't seem to do any of that. I'm not like picking and obsessing about this isn't right, this isn't, let me keep fixing it, and it's like, doesn't happen in the van. So that's such a nice relief for me. I can work less And living the van life really helps when I have income fluctuations, because sometimes my work, I'm a dog walker, pet sitter, and I do some training and some grooming. But sometimes I have fluctuations with income. Sometimes you can have the slower periods of the year, and then sometimes for the holidays it really peaks up. So living the van life, you cut your bills down so much. So it's nice not to have those normal monthly deadlines like you would living normal housing. So your bills are like pretty much cut in half, or 1/3 even. So I just have the basic stuff like cell phone bill, some business expenses, basic stuff, food, gas, that sort of thing, car insurance, and everything else is like I get to play on or keep or put back into the van. So it's really great, because then I realize, oh my gosh, I don't have to be working 60 hours a week and hauling butt to get every single client and to work so hard and so much just to stay afloat. Where now it's like, wait a minute, I don't have that monthly rent payment. I don't have $100 electricity bill. I don't have to pay for water. There's all these things now that you live the van life you don't have to pay for. So it's really awesome just to be like, hey, I can work less and do more things with my time. It's just it's nice for me, because I can't always work a whole lot because of my health sometimes. So it's great that way. I can buy all the cool, fun stuff I want. There's so many things I remember years ago living in the apartment, and being like, oh, I really want a bike, and I want a camera, and I want a laptop, and I want a phone. And it would take me like each year I could only buy one expensive, maybe once or twice buy one $500-$600 expensive item, And now it's like every other month I could spend easily $500-$600 on some item. Oh, I want a fancy expensive bike rack. Wait 1 month and buy it. You know what I mean? Or sooner, depends on my work. Or I want to buy that expensive $500-$600 camera. All right, couple weeks, go buy it. It's been awesome to buy all those fun things I always wanted and dreamed about, and try to save pennies. Living an apartment life to do that. Whereas in the van life, it's like just wait a couple weeks. Depending on my workload, and be like, all right, go buy it, and be like, cool, it's pretty neat. It's also made me more a vegan, because that food is easier and faster to make in the van. So I've been vegetarian for 8 years, and to me that's pretty easy, because I even did it before 8 years ago, kind of on and off. But anyways, it's kind of been easier to almost be vegan in a way, because as far as storage of foods, I never really drank cow's milk, so it'd just be like cheese and some vegetarian items. But anyways, it's kind of been a little easier to do the vegan thing, because it's just like you just buy a bunch of fruits and veggies, and eat that. So it's kind of been, and it's a lot easier to kind of clean up after cooking, it's just everything's faster, easier meal prep, I feel like. So it's good. That's made me a healthier eater. It's made me more compassionate and open-minded. I've always been a very open-minded person, and I've always been pretty caring and compassionate and sympathetic to people and things like that. But I think now I think for a while I was getting, not so much. I had a lot happen to me, so I kind of closed myself off and got really tough and pushed everybody away. But I think when I moved into the van, or maybe it happened it happened pretty much when I moved into the van, where it was I just was able to be more open-minded and more of a compassionate, caring person, without losing myself, without getting taken advantage of. So it's pretty cool. And it's made me a better driver. I was always a really good driver, but I think there's just something in the way of driving that big van. My van's 17 foot in length, and then I have another 2 to 4 feet with my bike rack. So it really makes you a better driver, because you can't be thinking, oh, I'll just be going full force, fast down the road and I can slam on the brakes. No, you can't, because everything's going to be flying forwards, you know. So you definitely become a better driver, because you just can't. I mean, I can go pretty fast in the van actually, because I don't have my van weighed down too bad, you know, and the weight distribution is pretty good. But but yeah, I've definitely become a way better driver, and I think everybody respects the van too, so it's kind of been easier to be a better driver, because people actually will let you in, you know, and so I don't like let you in to merge and everything, so it's just, I don't know, I've been a better driver, and I live a more simple life, which is kind of like on that minimalism stuff, you know, but it is like everything is a lot more simple. I think before, like living in normal housing, you have so much stuff, because you have like all these nooks and crannies you can put everything, and then you forget about it. And when you live in the van, it's like you see all your stuff that you have, and it's kind of like, wait, I don't do this and I don't do that, or maybe that seasonal stuff you can throw in storage, you know. But you start to realize what you really do on the day-to-day that you really only need. You know, you don't need all this extra stuff like you normally would in an apartment or in a house. You know, you don't need all these holiday decorations to be storing. You don't need, you know, it's just kind of nice just to live more simple, you know. So yeah, yep, so that was my list on how vanning has changed my life. Of course, there is a million more thoughts to this, but this is pretty much where, when I was writing this down probably like 2 weeks ago, is where my mind just like wrote this all down, and then it was like, okay, that's all we can think of for right now, and so that was it. So thank you guys for watching, and like if you like this video, comment, subscribe, all that kind of, you know, stuff. And I did want to thank you guys for the people that have subscribed, so that's really cool. Thank you for the love. If you guys have any videos, ideas, or questions, I'm always open to that kind of stuff. I'm sorry I'm not always so quick to returning comments. You know, I think sometimes I'll sit down and then return a bunch of comments. Sometimes I can do it throughout my day. It's hard. Sometimes I don't always have cell signal. My cell phone's like really old. I don't have a laptop. My tablet, I don't always sync it to my phone. So yeah, that's my excuses. I'm sorry. But I do always read them. You know, but thank you guys so much, and you guys have a good time, and keep on vanning. Bye.